Tired of overpriced bikes and dealership markups? In 2025, dealerships across America are overloaded with motorcycles they can't move, so prices are lower than ever. From classic cruisers to nimble city rides, these are the 15 cheapest new motorcycles you can buy right now. And some might surprise you. Number 15. Honda X R 150L. With a starting price of $3,099, the Honda XR 150L is a true workhorse that keeps things simple, tough, and ready for anything. This bare-bones dual sport is powered by a 149 cubic centimeter air-cooled single-cylinder engine that produces 12 horsepower and 10 pound-feet of torque. It may not sound like much, but that's exactly what makes this machine so dependable. Low stress, low maintenance, and ready to take abuse without blinking. Weighing in at 289 pounds, the XR is light enough to toss around, but sturdy enough to handle real-world conditions. It rolls on a 19-inch front wheel and a 17-inch rear wheel paired with long travel suspension that makes gravel roads, potholes, and dirt trails feel like smooth pavement. Its high-mounted front fender adds extra protection against debris, while the upright ergonomics give it a comfortable and commanding riding position. Braking comes courtesy of a single front disc and rear drum setup. Simple, effective, and built for longevity. No anti-lock braking system here, no electronics to fail, and no fuel injection to troubleshoot. Just clean, mechanical reliability that you can depend on in the middle of nowhere or on your daily commute. This is the kind of motorcycle you park without worry, drop without panic, and ride without regret. Whether you're a rancher, a student, or just a minimalist who wants function over flash, the XR 150L keeps going long after other bikes give up. Now, if you want something just as reliable with a whole lot more style, this next bike brings old-school charm into the 21st century. Number 14. Royal Enfield Hunter 350. Priced at just $3,999, the Royal Enfield Hunter 350 is a motorcycle that blends vintage soul with daily practicality. Underneath its classic silhouette lies a 349 cubic centimeter air-cooled single-cylinder engine making 20 horsepower and 20 pound-feet of torque. That low-end punch delivers exactly what city riders and relaxed cruisers want. Torquey when you need it without all the drama. It weighs a balanced 399 pounds, giving it a reassuringly solid feel on the road without being difficult to handle. Suspension is handled by standard telescopic forks up front and twin shocks in the rear. Braking is modern, with disc brakes at both ends paired with a dual-channel anti-lock braking system that adds safety without interfering with the bike's analog character. Its 17-inch cast wheels offer a lower stance and quick turn-in for urban riding. The low seat height makes it inviting for new riders, while seasoned pros will appreciate the subtle retro details like the teardrop tank, minimalist side panels, and signature thump that only a Royal Enfield can produce. Despite its budget-friendly price, it feels more premium than many competitors in this range. If you're looking for a motorcycle that looks like it belongs in a classic film but rides like a modern commuter, the Hunter nails that balance. It's easy to love, easy to maintain, and hard to ignore once you throw a leg over it. Now, if that thump feels too mellow, how about something that howls? Let's head into mini bike madness. Number 13. Kawasaki Z 125 Pro. Coming in at just $3,700, the Kawasaki Z125 Pro is one of the most affordable street bikes you can buy today, but don't let the size fool you. Under the tank is a 124 cubic centimeter air-cooled single-cylinder engine that puts out 10 horsepower and 8 pound-feet of torque. That might seem small, but it's more than enough to make every ride feel like an adventure. At just 224 pounds, the Z is ridiculously light, making it the perfect machine for carving through city streets, navigating crowded parking lots, or learning the ropes as a beginner. It features 15-inch wheels that offer tight turning, with a low 31-inch seat height that welcomes riders of nearly all sizes. Suspension is handled by conventional front forks and a single rear shock, and braking is simple and effective with front and rear disc brakes. This is the kind of bike that invites you to play. It's not about top speed or highway domination, it's about having fun in every corner, every parking lot, and every alley. Its fuel injection system ensures reliable starts and crisp throttle response even after weeks of sitting idle. Whether you're a veteran rider who wants a second bike to goof around on, or a total beginner who wants something unintimidating and ultra manageable, the Z125 Pro is an absolute blast. It brings pure joy at half the cost of bigger bikes, and without any of the stress. But if you want mini bike fun with maximum cultural impact, our next pick is a global icon. Number 12. Honda Grom. With a starting price of $3,599, the Honda Grom is the motorcycle that turns small into sensational. This lightweight street machine may look playful, but it delivers real-world performance in a compact package. At its core is a 124 cubic centimeter air-cooled single-cylinder engine, producing 10 horsepower and 8 pound-feet of torque. It is paired with a fuel-injected system for easy cold starts and a smooth throttle feel that's perfect for both beginners and seasoned riders looking for fun. The Grom tips the scales at just 229 pounds, making it one of the lightest bikes in its class. With a seat height of 30 inches, it's accessible for almost any rider. The suspension setup includes a standard telescopic fork in the front and a single rear shock, while braking is handled by hydraulic discs on both ends. Despite its size, the Grom rides with confidence and charm, making it a favorite among city commuters and custom builders alike. The real magic of the Grom lies in its simplicity and community appeal. Whether you're riding solo or part of a group tearing up downtown streets, this bike never fails to put a smile on your face. Now that we've had our fun, let's move to something with a bit more muscle and aggression, because the next bike on this list punches way above its price point. These aren't affiliate picks or brand promos, we do the research like you would. Hit the like button and subscribe so you never buy blind again. Number 11. KTM Duke 250. Coming in at $4,600, the Duke 250 is proof that performance and precision don't have to break the bank. It's powered by a 248 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled single-cylinder engine that cranks out 30 horsepower and 18 pound-feet of torque solid numbers for a bike in this weight class. The Duke weighs in at just 365 pounds, giving it an agile and nimble character that makes it feel more like a supermoto than a naked street bike. Up front, you'll find high-performance upside-down forks paired with a rear monoshock for a firm yet responsive ride. The braking system includes a large front disc with a radially mounted caliper and a rear disc, both supported by dual-channel anti-lock braking system for added safety. KTM didn't cut corners on hardware. The Duke 250 comes standard with a slipper clutch to smooth out aggressive downshifts, sharp digital instrumentation, and aggressive bodywork that gives it a big bike attitude. The bike also features rear-set foot pegs and a short wheelbase that enhance its cornering performance, making it a surprisingly capable machine for track days or tight canyon runs. Whether you're slicing through weekday traffic or attacking weekend twisties, this machine delivers big thrills in a compact, confidence-inspiring form. And if aggressive styling isn't your thing, but you still want road presence and value, the next bike on our list might just surprise you. Number 10. CF Moto 300 NK. At a price of $4,200, the CF Moto 300 NK is one of the most feature-rich entry-level motorcycles available today. Under its sharp bodywork is a 292 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled single-cylinder engine producing 29 horsepower and 19 pound-feet of torque. That's more than enough for city riding, spirited backroad sessions, or light weekend touring. This bike weighs in at 333 pounds, making it easy to manage even for new riders. The suspension includes upside-down front forks and a preload adjustable rear monoshock, delivering a balanced ride quality. Braking is taken care of by a large front disc with radial mounting and a rear disc, supported by an anti-lock braking system for safety. Where the CF Moto really shines is in its modern tech. You get a full-color TFT display, all-around LED lighting, and sculpted lines that rival bikes twice the price. Fit and finish are solid, and the seating position strikes a perfect balance between sporty and relaxed. You also get a split seat layout for added comfort, a short exhaust tucked under the belly for a clean look, and wide handlebars for confident steering input. It's rare to find this much motorcycle for so little money, and that's what makes the 300 NK such an outstanding value. And if you thought this was impressive, just wait until you see what we've got next. It looks like a $10,000 machine, but comes in at nearly half the price. Number 9. Triumph Speed 400. With a starting price of $5,195, the Speed 400 from Triumph is one of the best entry-level motorcycles for riders who want real performance wrapped in timeless design. This modern classic may be built with new riders in mind, but it delivers power and polish far beyond its price tag. Underneath the sculpted tank sits a liquid-cooled single-cylinder engine displacing 398 cubic centimeters. It produces 40 horsepower and 28 pound-feet of torque, making it the most powerful motorcycle in this entire countdown. The Speed 400 tips the scales at 376 pounds, keeping it nimble and accessible for almost any rider. Suspension is handled by upside-down front forks and a monoshock in the rear, tuned for both comfort and sporty handling. Braking is taken care of by a front disc with a radial caliper and a rear disc, supported by a dual-channel anti-lock braking system. Triumph also added modern features like ride-by-wire throttle and switchable traction control, something rarely seen in this price range. The upright ergonomics, low seat height of just under 31 inches, and clean retro styling give it broad appeal, from first-time riders to experienced cruisers looking for a lighter second bike. The Speed 400 delivers true Triumph DNA in an accessible, budget-friendly format that punches way above its class. But maybe you're not after style or horsepower, maybe you're looking for something simple, rugged, and built like a tank. Let's talk about the next bike on the list. Number 8. Yamaha TW 200. Priced at $4,999, the TW 200 from Yamaha is a legendary dual sport that has barely changed since the 1980s, and that is exactly why riders love it. This is one of the most dependable, low-maintenance motorcycles on the market today. Powering this two-wheeled tractor is an air-cooled, single-cylinder engine displacing 196 cubic centimeters. It puts out 16 horsepower and 11 pound-feet of torque, modest numbers, but more than enough for trail rides, camping trips, and daily commuting through dirt or gravel. The TW 200 weighs in at 278 pounds and features fat, oversized tires that make it almost impossible to tip over on soft terrain. Its suspension includes long-travel telescopic forks up front and a single rear shock, giving it decent capability over rough trails. Brakes are handled by a front disc and a rear drum, keeping things simple and reliable. What sets this bike apart is its versatility and ease of ownership. It has a super low seat height of just under 31 inches, making it approachable for smaller or beginner riders. The wide tires also add serious confidence when riding on sand, mud, or snow. This is the kind of motorcycle you can leave out in the rain, pick up if you drop it, and wrench on in your garage without needing a computer. If you want a tough, go-anywhere bike with a cult following, this is it. Of course, not everyone wants fat tires and farm vibes. Some riders want pure roadster cool on a tight budget, and that's where the next bike comes in. Number 7. Suzuki GSX250 R. With a base price of $5,149, the GSX250 R from Suzuki is the perfect sport bike for riders who want a sleek, aggressive look without paying a premium or getting overwhelmed by too much power. At its heart is a liquid-cooled parallel twin engine displacing 248 cubic centimeters. It produces 25 horsepower and 17 pound-feet of torque, delivering smooth acceleration for daily commutes or weekend rides. This machine balances performance and friendliness better than most sport bikes in its category. Weighing in at 399 pounds, the GSX250R is on the heavier side for its class, but that extra heft helps it feel more planted at highway speeds. Suspension is handled by standard telescopic forks in the front and a single shock absorber in the rear. For braking, you get disc brakes at both ends with a dual-channel anti-lock braking system as standard. Styling cues are borrowed from its bigger GSX-R siblings, giving the bike sharp fairings, aggressive lines, and full LED lighting. The ergonomics are more relaxed than typical supersport machines, with a slightly upright seating position that reduces fatigue during longer rides. Whether you're new to motorcycling or just want a stylish machine for under $6,000, the GSX250R delivers real sport bike DNA, without the drama or intimidation. But if you're not into the full-fared look, don't worry. The next motorcycle on the list drops the fairings but keeps all the road presence intact. Number 6. Yamaha FZ-X. With a starting price of $4,450, the Yamaha FZ-X brings a whole new twist to the urban cruiser game. It's a mini bike with attitude, wrapped in a retro-style body that feels like it belongs on the set of a neo-noir action flick. But don't let the styling fool you. This machine is built for the real world. Underneath that throwback tank is a 149 cubic centimeter air-cooled single-cylinder engine, delivering 12 horsepower and 10 pound-feet of torque. It's not about top speed, it's about urban agility and everyday fun. Whether you're carving through city streets or cruising the outskirts, this engine delivers smooth, reliable performance at a cost that won't make you flinch. Weighing in at just under 300 pounds, the FZ-X features telescopic front forks and a 7-step adjustable rear suspension system for dialed-in comfort on rough roads. Braking is handled by a front disc with a single-channel anti-lock braking system and a rear drum setup, basic but effective for its size and purpose. This is the kind of bike that appeals to both younger riders and older enthusiasts who want something light, simple, and loaded with charm. And for riders looking to dip their toes into the Yamaha ecosystem without going full sport bike, the FZ-X is a smart, stylish entry point. Now, if you're looking for something with vintage roots and highway-ready muscle, the next bike on our list brings real retro power to the pavement. Number 5. Moto Guzzi V7 Stone. Coming in at a manufacturer-suggested retail price of $9,190, the Moto Guzzi V7 Stone is not just another retro motorcycle, it's an Italian classic with serious bite. This is the kind of machine that combines old-school soul with real modern performance. At the core of the V7 Stone is a 654 cubic centimeter air-cooled V twin engine. It puts out 65 horsepower and 53 pound-feet of torque, more than enough for highway pulls, weekend cruises, or daily commutes with a bit of style. And that signature sideways engine wobble? It's not just character, it's tradition. This bike tips the scales at 462 pounds and includes a 5.5 gallon fuel tank, giving it exceptional range for long rides. The suspension setup includes a conventional telescopic fork in the front and twin rear shocks with preload adjustment in the back. It's plush without being sloppy, and sporty without punishing your spine. Brakes are handled by Brembo 4-piston front calipers paired with a single disc and a rear dual-piston setup, plus dual-channel anti-lock braking system for added safety. And here's what really makes the V7 Stone stand out: shaft drive. No chain, no mess, no constant adjustments. Just twist the throttle and enjoy. If all that sounds like a dream, but you're riding on a shoestring budget, the next motorcycle on our list is going to blow your mind. It's one of the cheapest brand new bikes you can buy in the country. Number 4. Honda Navi. With a jaw-dropping base price of just $1,999, the Honda Navi redefines what it means to buy a new motorcycle in America. This is not a stripped-down gimmick. It's a fully functional two-wheeled machine designed to get you rolling fast, cheap, and hassle-free. Underneath its tiny frame sits a 109 cubic centimeter air-cooled single-cylinder engine that puts out 7 horsepower and 6 pound-feet of torque. No, it's not going to win a race, but that's not the point. What makes the Navi special is that it's fully automatic. There's no clutch, no shifting. Just twist the throttle and go. It's the perfect gateway bike for first-time riders, commuters, or anyone who just wants simple, gas-powered freedom without overthinking it. It weighs in at just 234 pounds, making it lighter than some e-bikes. The suspension consists of telescopic forks up front and a single shock in the rear, tuned for maximum comfort at city speeds. Braking is handled by drum brakes on both ends. Again, simple and effective at this level. There's even a small storage compartment built into the body so you can stash your gloves, lunch, or basic tools. For older riders teaching a grandkid or someone just looking for the most affordable runabout that's not a scooter, the Navi is a clever, underrated gem. But if you've been waiting for a bike that brings full-size cruiser looks and serious heritage without the price tag, you're going to love what's coming next. Number 3. Royal Enfield Classic 350. With a starting price of $4,599, the Classic 350 from Royal Enfield delivers timeless style and honest mechanics that older riders will appreciate immediately. At the heart of the bike is a 349 cubic centimeter air-cooled single-cylinder engine that produces 20 horsepower and 20 pound-feet of torque. That power band gives it a predictable low-end thump, perfect for backroad cruising or relaxed city rides. The Classic 350 tips the scales at 431 pounds and features a 5-speed transmission paired with a low-slung seat height that makes flat footing easy at stoplights. Suspension comes from standard telescopic front forks and twin rear shock absorbers, while braking is handled by disc brakes on both ends, with optional anti-lock braking system depending on the trim. Its upright ergonomics, teardrop fuel tank, and chrome accents make it feel like a real motorcycle from a golden era, but with modern touches like fuel injection and electric start for reliability. The bike also features a Kickstarter for that vintage touch, bar-end mirrors, and spoked wheels that complete its retro charm. If you are the kind of rider who craves a bit of old-school flavor without giving up usability, the Classic 350 hits the mark better than just about anything else in this price range. Let's move on, because maybe you're done with nostalgia and ready for something built to explore. Number 2. Benelli TRK 251. Coming in at $4,895, the TRK 251 from Benelli offers serious adventure bike styling and long-haul comfort at a beginner-friendly price. This model is powered by a 249 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled single-cylinder engine that generates 25 horsepower and 15 pound-feet of torque, more than enough to carry you through back roads or even light touring. Weighing in at 416 pounds, the TRK features long-travel suspension with a 41mm upside-down fork up front and a monoshock in the rear. The braking system includes a single disc on both the front and rear wheels with dual-channel anti-lock braking system standard. It also sports a generous seat height and upright adventure ergonomics, giving the rider a commanding view of the road. Add to that a 6-speed gearbox for smooth highway cruising, LED lighting all around, and a surprisingly sleek dash with a digital display, and the TRK punches well above its weight. Fuel capacity clocks in at over 3 gallons, giving it solid range for weekend getaways or even daily commutes. The bike also includes handguards for added protection, a rear rack for mounting luggage, and dual sport tires that offer versatility on gravel or pavement. Whether you are a beginner looking for your first adventure bike or a seasoned cruiser rider exploring a new category, the TRK 251 is a great gateway into the world of ADV machines. And now let's reveal the number 1 pick on this countdown, the most well-rounded, trusted budget cruiser in the entire US market today. Number 1. Honda Rebel 300. Topping the list at number 1 is the Rebel 300, Honda's undisputed king of beginner cruisers. With a manufacturer's suggested retail price of $4,849, this motorcycle continues to dominate for one very good reason. It works. At its core is a 286 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled single-cylinder engine that puts out 25 horsepower and 18 pound-feet of torque, giving it just the right balance of usable torque and highway capability. The Rebel weighs in at 364 pounds and features a 6-speed transmission that shifts smoothly for both new and experienced riders. The suspension setup includes standard telescopic front forks and dual rear shocks, with disc brakes front and rear supported by a single-channel anti-lock braking system. Its standout feature is the extremely low seat height, just 27 inches, making it one of the easiest bikes to handle for shorter or older riders who value confidence at stops. It also offers an approachable riding triangle, minimalist gauges, and fuel efficiency that tops 70 miles per gallon, giving new riders more miles between gas stops. The LED lighting, wide bars, and optional accessories like saddlebags or a rear rack make it even more versatile. With its modern bobber styling, blacked-out finishes, and Honda's legendary engineering quality, the Rebel 300 doesn't just look good, it feels right. It's the cruiser you can ride daily, upgrade later, or keep forever. Drop a comment below and tell us, what bike are you grabbing at these prices? And if you want to stay ahead of every list, guide, and buyer tip, hit that subscribe button. This channel does the research so you don't get ripped off.